Divorce changes family logistics, but it doesn't change how much parents care about their kids and their kids' future. When it comes to college planning, though, the divorce does add extra layers. Two households, two financial pictures, sometimes two very different assumptions about how this is all supposed to work. The financial side can get complicated fast. It's like tax season times two, only with even more acronyms. You've got FAFSA, CSS Profile, need-based aid, merit aid. It's a lot. The good news is it's not all bad news. I've seen situations where a student who wouldn't qualify for need-based aid with married parents actually becomes eligible after a divorce, depending on how finances are structured. With clear communication and smart planning, families really can move from confusion to confidence. Tonight, I'm talking with someone who helps families do exactly that and who literally wrote the book on college planning for divorced parents. Let's go.
It's the College Talk Show. Today's theme, college planning for divorced parents, with special guest, Vicki Vollweiler. And now, here's your host, Chris Bell.
My guest tonight is Vicki Vollweiler, founder of College Financial Prep, and author of College Planning for Divorced and Widowed Parents. Vicki is a certified divorce coach with an MBA who helps families save money on the cost of college. Vicki, thank you for coming on the College Talk Show tonight.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here.
When parents are divorced or separated, what are the biggest college planning challenges you see?
A lot of it's communication. Obviously people going through separated and divorce, they have a hard time speaking with one another. College isn't necessarily written into their divorce agreements. Not every state even mandates college. And even though we all want what's best for our children, parents can disagree on what that might look like.
What's your advice around there for parents who disagree about who should pay for what and how much?
We'll meet all together. We want to take the emotion out of things. We want to focus on the needs of the child and how to accomplish the student's goals, but also save money and be able for the parents to still retire one day. And ideally, I also want the kids involved in the communication. A lot of times kids think, oh, I want to go to this, $90,000 plus college, and they get into their dream school. Oh, let's put down the deposit. No. After March, when all of the financial offers come out, because we're dealing with what the actual numbers will be, it's easier to get the parents to communicate and say what they can each do when we're dealing with actual numbers as opposed to hypotheticals.
One part of this is FAFSA. If FAFSA has really changed recently, how does it determine which parent's information is used in the FAFSA?
So with the FAFSA Simplification Act a couple of years ago, now they want the parent who provides more financial support for the student. So it's not necessarily the custodial parent. It's not necessarily the non-custodial parent, and ideally it's going to be the one that's, best positioned for financial aid. But let's see the numbers and document it and figure it out.
How does the CSS profile handle divorced or maybe even remarried parents differently than FAFSA?
Not every school that requires CSS profile, but many require information from both households. Mm-hmm. So that will mean both biological parents. And then imagine if both biological parents are remarried. Now you need to supply the, financial information and assets for 4 parents. There's some schools for CSS profile that require both households, and there are some that might only require one household.
Interesting, right.
There are fewer of those, but I think it's important to be strategic.
And what are some common mistakes that you see on financial aid forms in divorced family situations?
On FAFSA, they'll combine the income of both parents on FAFSA. They may be living separately for years, but they'll total it instead of just one household.
How should a parent approach financial planning if they're remarried?
I think the college list is key to helping families save money. I like to review the college list from the financial perspective. So the college list is a great academic fit, social fit, and financial fit.
Absolutely.
And, when looking for the financial fit, it might be, what financial aid forms do they offer? What what scholarships are in place, how generous is the school with merit scholarships, and will the child qualify? So yeah, I think it's important to take, all the need-based considerations and all the merit scholarship considerations into account when developing that college list.
Well, your book is fabulous. Do you have any favorite chapters or sections from your book?
I'd say there's a lot of practical guidance,
Yes.
but there's also, maybe because, I did do divorce coaching at one time, there's some motivation and guidance through it. And, with divorce, there's this extra layer of complication on divorce and college planning. And it certainly causes parents a lot of stress and angst. And a lot of people think that they're in this alone. And no, they're not in this alone. And there's just that motivation to keep on going throughout the book.
It's striking to think that we start this analysis with numbers and spreadsheets, and by the end you're helping someone at the very core of their humanness. I love it.
It's not just about numbers. It's about the getting through the process. It's about, guiding them on how to communicate with the other person and take the tone of it away. It's a business conversation. No emotion, no tone, just simple facts when trying to communicate. So clients definitely appreciate the dual guidance, so to speak.
Yes, right. Well, Vicki, if people wanted to find you, either get your book or read your newsletter or contact you, how would they do that?
Everyone can certainly go onto the website, my website, www.collegefinancialprep.com. You also can find the book on Amazon, College Planning for Divorced and Widowed Parents.
Wonderful. Vicki, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you for the great work you do, and thanks for the conversation tonight.
Thank you. It's been great being here.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Bell College Consulting. Visit bellcollegeconsulting.com to learn more.
Now it's time for the key takeaways from today's conversation with Vicki. It's sort of a summary, really. I call it Top Tips.
Top tips. Top tips. Kind of a summary, but we call it top tips. Top tips.
Top tips about college admissions and financial aid after divorce. Number 6, students should be involved in the discussion. Number 5, for divorced parents, FAFSA requires reporting of financial info from the parent who provides more financial support to the student. Number 4, many CSS Profile schools require information from both households, and that includes remarried info. Number 3, a common FAFSA mistake is reporting combined income from divorced parents. You only need to report one. Number 2, for the student's college list, FIT should include the financial piece. And frankly, this goes for everyone, not just students with parents who are divorced. And the number 1 tip about college planning for divorced parents, communication is key. And that's the show. Thank you for Vicki for her expertise and conversation. And remember, college is awesome.